What's up? This update rolls out with one version tag attached to it, but what matters more is how much it subtly reshapes the rhythm of the game rather than flipping everything upside down. You can really feel that this patch is trying to tighten the experience, smooth frustration points, and encourage smarter play instead of just throwing raw difficulty at you. One of the biggest additions is regional Pathos, and this is one of those systems that sounds simple on paper, but ends up changing how you move through areas. These are special field-based effects you can activate through Pathos points scattered across regions. And once they're active, they grant localized blessings or protections tied specifically to that area. What's interesting is that these buffs don't follow you everywhere, so suddenly positioning matters more than ever. You start thinking about where fights happen instead of just how they happen, pulling enemies into protected zones, retreating when things go south, or committing to a risky push knowing the area itself is working with you. It quietly adds a layer of strategy that rewards awareness without slowing the game down. The other major feature is Restorative offering, which changes how you think about your buddy entirely. When you're out of strength and would normally go down, your partner can step in and restore you by sacrificing their own life force. The catch is that after doing this, they're temporarily unable to act. That trade-off is what makes the mechanic work. It's not a free save, it's a decision that can shift the flow of a fight in unpredictable ways. Sometimes it buys you just enough time to recover and finish an enemy, and other times it leaves you alone and scrambling while your buddy recovers. It makes companions feel less like background damage dealers and more like resources you actively manage. Beyond the headline features, there's a massive amount of quality of life work packed into this update. Inventory management is cleaner thanks to new sorting options, including being able to view items by the order you obtained them, which helps a lot when you're trying to track recent pickups. A full trait list has been added, making character planning clearer and reducing guesswork. Tutorials have been expanded, quest guidance is more readable, and HUD options now let you keep information visible without constantly toggling menus. These aren't flashy changes, but they reduce friction in ways that add up over long play sessions. Camera behavior and lock-on have also been refined, which is huge for a game like this. Small adjustments to how the camera reacts in tight spaces and during enemy movement make combat feel more reliable, especially during boss encounters. Death transitions have been shortened, map access unlocks more smoothly after certain objectives, and a bunch of little pauses and delays that used to interrupt flow have been trimmed down. It all contributes to a smoother, less stop-and-start experience. PC players in particular get some meaningful improvements here. Upscaling options like DLSS and FSR are now selectable directly in the graphics settings, which should help with performance consistency across different hardware setups. Keyboard and mouse support has also been cleaned up, including fixing an issue where lock-on could switch unintentionally during combat. These kinds of fixes don't usually get hype, but anyone who's dealt with missed inputs or awkward camera snaps knows how important they are. On the balance side, the developers clearly adjusted things with the new mechanics in mind. LP specifications were tuned to work alongside Restorative offering, revival points were added within dungeons, and enemy placements and behaviors were altered across multiple areas. Upgrade material costs and acquisition rates were tweaked, suggesting an effort to make progression feel less punishing, while still rewarding exploration. Foreman booster behavior was adjusted as well, which helped bring different builds closer together without flattening their identities. There's also a long list of bug fixes that address some of the most frustrating edge cases players were running into. Partner firepower scaling issues were corrected, several situations where players could get stuck in menus or cutscenes were resolved, and missing boss rewards in specific defeat scenarios were fixed. Fast travel and progression bugs were cleaned up, and a wide range of animation, effect, camera, and UI issues were patched out. These fixes may not be exciting to talk about, but they're essential for making the game feel stable and trustworthy, especially during longer runs. Overall, this update feels less like a content drop and more like a statement of intent. It introduces systems that reward thoughtful play, reinforces the importance of companions, and sands down rough edges that were pulling players out of the experience. Instead of trying to reinvent the game, it refines what's already there and nudges everything into better alignment. When you put it all together, the result is a version of Code Vein 2 that feels more confident, more deliberate, and far more comfortable to spend long hours in.